Hey guys, welcome back to this GrandMA3 tutorial series. In the last video, we learned how to use phasers to create a chase effect. If you missed it, you can find it in the description below. Today we're going to learn how to create a movement effect. Let's use our beam fixtures to create a symmetrical circle effect. I'll start by selecting my beams and bring them to full. To make a circle, we need to choose a high and low position value. You can do this with either the pan or the tilt attribute, so for this tutorial I'm going to use the tilt attribute. The first step will be the top of my circle, so I'm going to enter -100. After clicking on the right arrow to move to the second step, I will enter -40 as the bottom of my circle. Now that the phaser is processing the tilt information, we need to add pan information. This is done inside of the phaser editor. If we go down and press the move handle button, we can then click on the point of the selected step and drag the handle to the left or right to add pan information. We can move the handles of each step individually, but to make this as close to a perfect circle, I want both steps to react the same to the handle adjustment. I first need to undo the changes I have made, so I will press the Oops button inside the command window. Looking at the phaser editor window again, I will click on the Select All Steps button along the bottom of the window. This button can also be found in the phaser editor toolbar as well as in the encoder bar. Now that both steps are selected, I'm going to click on either point and drag the handles out enough to create a circle. The handles can move in both X and Y directions, so to make a perfect circle, try to line it up along the X axis as best as you can. This circle is moving a little fast, so I want to slow down the speed. Let's make sure the encoder bar is showing the phaser information by selecting the phaser bar button at the bottom right of the phaser editor window. On the left side of the encoder bar, we'll change the at speed to a lower BPM. If we click on the Edit Phase tool and change the phase to 360, the beams will begin evenly moving in a clockwise rotation. All we need to do now is add matrix information. Let's open the matrix dialog and change wings to 2. Setting the wings to 2 splits the selection in half and brings the right half of the selection over the left half, much like folding a piece of paper. We can see this best by looking at a selection grid. Along the bottom row, the fixture selection doesn't read 201 through 206. It now shows 201 and 206 stacked together in the first grid column, 202 and 205 stacked together in the second grid column, and 203 and 204 stacked together in the third grid column. This means that fixtures sharing the same grid location are now sharing the same attribute information. Let's go back to our programming screen, exit out of the matrix dialog, and select the 360 phase once again. Just as the selection grid represented, the first and sixth fixtures of each row are now moving the exact same, followed by the second and fifth fixtures, and then the third and fourth fixtures. The last thing we are missing is making this movement symmetrical. If we open the matrix dialog one more time, along the bottom is a transform button. We will press it once to select mirror and then exit the matrix dialog. We now have a symmetrical circle. We do not need to reselect the phase because the mirror input in the matrix is now inverting the phase of only the winged fixtures. Now with the symmetrical circle effect complete, I will store this in the position pool and label it Sim Circle. All we have left to do is clear our selection, and always remember to save our show file.